What's up YouTube, and welcome to another edition of Cooking with Hugo, and today we're going to be making a family classic braciole. Okay, so actually I'm going to be making pasta braciole, but since the braciole is the most time-consuming portion of this, I figured I'm just going to make this about the braciole. So, let's get started. Okay, here is what you're going to need to make braciole. You're going to need a flank steak, like so. Okay, check it out. And you're going to need a few meats. I chose pepperoni, as you can see, pepperoni, and I think this is pronounced chorizo. I'm not exactly sure, but those are the two I chose. And you're going to need some cheese, and I chose provolone cheese because it's very mild. And anything else you want to put inside the braciole is cool. For that, I chose banana peppers, because I really like these and it has really cool juices. So, you'll notice that I have the braciole laying sideways here. Now, actually you can see it more pronounced in this particular piece of meat here. This is something known as the grain. As you can see, the muscles of the meat going this way. Yeah. So, we're going to roll against the grain this way when we roll the braciole. But anyway, we're going to start off simple. I got an array of seasonings here, and I'm going to actually season the inside of the braciole because I want the insides to be very flavorful when I eat it. So I'm going to season that up real nice. Okay. A little bit more of this Italian seasoning here. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so now that I got my braciole seasoned, the next thing I'm going to add is the banana peppers. The banana peppers have a very crucial aspect to the braciole, so I'm just going to add them throughout. Because see, what's going to happen is I'm going to add the banana peppers here. Now the banana peppers have juices on them because, you know, they're pickled. And the juices are going to meld very well with the cheese and also marinate the inside of the meat to keep it moist, because you don't want to eat a dry braciole. That's just not very appetizing. It's almost like a dry steak. You don't want to eat dry steak. You don't want to eat a dry braciole. So, you know, I try to keep it very moist, at least on the inside, so when we do eat it, it's very juicy, very flavorful. You know, very appetizing, very good. So, go a couple more. Oh. Okay. So now that we have the banana peppers on there, I am going to add the cheese. Now the cheese is going to melt into the banana peppers, and it's going to taste really wonderful because the provolone cheese is very mild in and of itself, so when it all melds together, it's going to taste really good. Next, I'm going to add the meat. Okay, as you can see, my braciole is all stacked. I got the meat, got the cheese, the banana peppers underneath that, and I got the meat seasoned. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it sideways like so. Make sure I get everything and it down, and then I'm going to roll it like so. Or I'm going to pull, roll, 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 roll. Okay? So boom, you got a big tube of meat right here. Okay? This is what your braciole should look like, okay? Got this here. Now, next thing we're going to use is butcher's twine. The butcher's twine is something that I got at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can find it there. It's really helpful. What we're going to do is we're going to tie up the braciole. Let me wash my hands and I'll get back to you. Okay, as you can see, I cut off some string over here. What we're going to do is we're going to tie this joker up. Get all this stuff out of the way here. Alright. So, You don't want to tie it too tight. You don't want to tie it too loose because it will explode in some places if you tie it too tight. So we're just going to try and tie it as tight as we possibly can without losing some of it. Okay? That's the bottom of it there. And it's okay if some of it like leaks out like it is here. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna shimmy this underneath here like so. And then just, you know, get it tight. Loop it in, around. Try and get it tight there. Just tight enough to not, you know, loosen up, but tight to, you know, hold it together. Alrighty, so I'm going to do this all throughout the Braciole, and I will see you guys when I am done tying. Okay, as you can see, I got my Braciole all tied up. Once again, not too tight, just tight enough. Everything's, you know, staying into place. So I'm going to pick it up, okay? Now, next thing we're going to do with it is, over here, you'll see that I have a hot plate, and it's already well heated and already well lubricated with a little bit of cooking oil there. Let me just shift some of this around here. Just add a little bit more. Just a bit. Just a bit. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the Braciole up. I'm going to put it over here and just sear it on all sides. So you hear that it's cooking right away. Had this heating for a while. So we're just going to sear it on all sides, and basically searing means it's just going to get nice and brown on all sides before we officially cook it. So I'll see you guys when it's done searing. Okay, as you all can see, my Braciole is good and brown on both sides here. Let me flip this over here. See? It's good and brown here. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to take it. Here, let me get a good grip on it here. There we go. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it over here in this pot that I had simmering for a while. You can hear it starting to cook there. Now this is just to finish cooking the Braciole. And I'm going to let it cook in there. And you can see, just so you can see it, what's going on. It's getting cooked in there. I'm going to season it a little. A little garlic powder here. Okay. Okay, now that I have the Braciole in here, here's my favorite part about cooking this meal. It's adding the sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some ragu here. Well, this is just some modified leftover ragu that I added some banana peppers juice to it, so you can marinate it in the juice while you're cooking it. And this is just a new jar of ragu that I bought recently for this, and just put some on there. And this is going to taste really, really incredible. Now just get it in there. Alrighty. And this is where your pasta sauce will come from. But like I said earlier, we're making pasta Braciole, not just Braciole. And I'm also going to give it just a wee blast of Italian dressing, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. Now normally I would have the wooden spoon to stir this up, but I'm going to try and find it. If I can't, well then, you know, you can use whatever you have to stir it up. But that's that. I'm going to put a lid on this, And I'm going to set the timer over here for, let's call it an hour. And then I will see you guys then. Peace. Okay, so it's been a while. I'm going to retrieve my Braciole. Just wash out the tongs here. Okay, so it's been a while. My Braciole should be done, so I'm going to turn off the heat here. Open this up. Oh yes, it looks fantastic. Just get it out here. And there it is. Look at that. Look at that. And you have all this delicious sauce here, but let's tend to the Braciole right now. Okay. So as you can see, we still got the string on there and it held together. This is the thicker side here, so I'm going to cut here first. Hopefully you guys can see. And look at that. Look at that. Okay? Mmm. Delicious. Mm. So yeah, this is the Braciole, and you can see the strings here. Let's get these things off, shall we? Okay. And the great thing about it is, it will hold its shape even without the strings on it. So you don't have to worry about it coming apart or anything like that. It'll just stay together because, you know, it was cooked that way. Oh, this is delicious. Man, I outdid myself. But, yeah, not to brag. And there you go. Mm. Well, there you go. That's Braciole. And as I said earlier, I'm making pasta Braciole, but I don't exactly have to tell you guys how to cook noodles. So, either way, that's Braciole. Hope this was informative to you guys. And I'd like to see you guys try and cook this. I'm going to enjoy this and some pasta, and I will see you guys later. Peace.